Charles V was born on February 24, 1500, in Ghent, now in Belgium. He was the eldest son of Philip the Handsome and Joanna the Mad. His father was the Duke of Burgundy, and his mother was the daughter of Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile. Charles grew up in the Netherlands, raised by his aunt, Margaret of Austria. His early education was overseen by prominent tutors who taught him multiple languages and various subjects. His father died when he was 6, thrusting Charles into a position of power early on. By 15, he was already ruling over the Burgundian territories. In 1516, Charles inherited the kingdoms of Spain, including Castile and Aragon, through his mother. Charles V's rise to power was marked by a series of inheritances and strategic alliances. In 1519, his grandfather, Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian I, died. This event opened the path for Charles to claim the title of Holy Roman Emperor. The election of the Holy Roman Emperor was decided by a group of prince-electors. Charles faced competition from Francis I of France. To secure his election, Charles made promises and offered bribes to the electors. His vast resources from the Spanish Empire played a crucial role in his success. On June 28, 1519, Charles was elected Holy Roman Emperor. He was crowned in Aachen on October 23, 1520. His new title added immense prestige but also brought significant responsibilities. Charles V's reign was marked by numerous battles and political maneuvers. One of the most significant conflicts was the Italian Wars, fought between France and the Holy Roman Empire for control of Italy. The Battle of Pavia in 1525 was a turning point. Charles's forces captured Francis I, leading to a temporary peace. However, hostilities resumed, and the conflict continued for many years. In addition to the Italian wars, Charles had to deal with the Ottoman Empire's expansion. Suleiman the Magnificent posed a significant threat to Charles's territories in Eastern Europe. The siege of Vienna in 1529 was a critical moment, and Charles's forces successfully repelled the Ottoman advance. Another major challenge was the Protestant Reformation, which began during Charles's reign. Martin Luther's ideas spread rapidly, leading to religious and political upheaval. Despite his efforts, the Reformation continued to gain support, leading to conflicts such as the Peasants' War and the Schmalkaldic War. The Protestant Reformation was one of the most significant challenges of Charles V's reign. Martin Luther's 95 Theses, published in 1517, criticized the Catholic Church and sparked a movement that spread across Europe. As Holy Roman Emperor, Charles felt it was his duty to maintain religious unity and support the Catholic Church. In 1521, Charles convened the Diet of Worms, where Luther was summoned to recant his teachings. Luther refused, leading to the Edict of Worms, which declared him an outlaw. However, the Reformation continued to spread, especially in the German states. Charles attempted to address the growing religious divide through various means. He called for the Diet of Augsburg in 1530, where he presented the Augsburg Confession, a statement of Lutheran beliefs. Despite these efforts, the religious divide persisted. Ultimately, the Peace of Augsburg in 1555 allowed for the coexistence of Catholicism and Lutheranism within the empire. Section 5. Challenges in maintaining the Holy Roman Empire. Maintaining the Holy Roman Empire was a formidable task for Charles V. The empire was a patchwork of semi-autonomous states, each with its own interests and loyalties. Balancing these diverse entities required diplomatic skill and political maneuvering. One of the major challenges was the constant threat from external enemies. The Ottoman Empire under Suleiman the Magnificent was a significant adversary. Charles had to defend his eastern territories from Ottoman incursions, which required substantial military resources. In addition to external threats, Charles faced internal dissent. The Protestant Reformation led to religious and political fragmentation within the empire. Financial strain was another major issue. The cost of constant warfare drained the empire's resources. Despite these challenges, Charles implemented various administrative reforms to strengthen the empire. Section 6. Abdication and later life. By the 1550s, the immense pressures of ruling such a vast empire began to take a toll on Charles V. his health was deteriorating, and he faced ongoing challenges from both external enemies and internal dissent. In 1556, he made the momentous decision to abdicate his various titles and divide his empire. Charles divided his empire between his brother Ferdinand and his son Philip. Ferdinand became Holy Roman Emperor, while Philip inherited Spain, the Netherlands, and the American colonies. After his abdication, Charles retired to the Monastery of Yuste in Spain. There, he led a relatively quiet life, dedicating himself to religious contemplation. He passed away on September 21st, 1558. Section 7. Legacy and impact on European history. Charles V's legacy is complex and far-reaching. His reign saw significant political, religious, and territorial changes that shaped the course of European history. His efforts to maintain the Holy Roman Empire and the Catholic Church had a lasting impact on the continent. One of his most significant legacies is the Peace of Augsburg in 1555, which established the principle of cuius regio eius religio. This allowed rulers to choose the religion of their own territories, leading to a more pluralistic religious landscape in Europe. Charles also left a lasting mark on the Americas through the expansion of the Spanish Empire. Despite his efforts to maintain unity, the religious and political divisions of his time continued to shape European conflicts for centuries. Section 8. Charles V and the Spanish Empire. Charles V's reign was instrumental in the expansion and consolidation of the Spanish Empire. When he inherited the Spanish crown, he also gained control over vast territories in the Americas. One of the most significant events during his reign was the conquest of the Aztec Empire by Hernán Cortés in 1521. This added immense wealth to Spain and solidified its presence in the New World. Charles also oversaw the conquest of the Inca Empire in the 1530s, further expanding Spanish influence. The wealth from the Americas played a crucial role in funding Charles's military campaigns in Europe. However, the exploitation of the Americas had devastating effects on the indigenous populations. Despite these challenges, the Spanish Empire under Charles V became one of the most powerful and influential entities in the world. Section 9. Relationship with the Papacy. Charles V's relationship with the Papacy was a crucial aspect of his reign. As a devout Catholic and Holy Roman Emperor, he saw himself as a defender of the Church. However, his relationship with various popes was often complex and fraught with tension. Pope Leo VI initially supported Charles's election as Holy Roman Emperor, hoping he would help defend the Church against Protestantism. However, the outbreak of the Reformation and Charles's subsequent actions sometimes put him at odds with the Papacy. One significant conflict was the sack of Rome in 1527, carried out by Charles's troops. Despite these tensions, Charles continued to work closely with the Papacy on matters of religious reform and combating Protestantism. He supported the Council of Trent, which aimed to address issues within the Catholic Church and counter the Reformation. Section 10. Personal traits and leadership style. Charles V was known for his strong sense of duty and commitment to his role as a ruler. He was deeply religious and saw himself as a defender of the Catholic faith. This sense of mission influenced many of his actions and decisions throughout his reign. Physically, Charles was tall and robust, but he suffered from various health issues, including gout. These ailments often affected his ability to lead military campaigns and govern effectively. Charles was also known for his diplomatic skills and political acumen. Despite his many challenges, Charles was a resilient and determined leader. His reign was marked by both significant achievements and formidable challenges, reflecting the complexities of ruling one of the largest empires in history.